All right, circles. Now, many of you may not have ever done circles before. So I'm going to kind of start from the beginning here. The definition of a circle is all the points equidistant, same distance, from a single point. Like we can go out 5 from a point. 5 would be the radius. As long as I stayed 5 out, it would be a point on the circle. Well, the distance says how far in the x and how far in the y. Pythagorean theorem says x squared plus y squared equals a hypotenuse squared. So x squared plus y squared equal 25 is the equation of a circle with radius 5 and centered at the origin. Now, if I put in 3 for x, let's just kind of look at this. If I put in 0 for x, let's get our intercepts first. If I put 0 in for x, y would be plus 5 or minus 5. If I put in 0 for y, x would be plus 5 or minus 5. If I put in 3 for x, 9 from 25 is 16. Y would be 16, y squared would be 16, y could be 4 or negative 4. And if I put in negative 3, squared is 9, 9 from 25 is 16, it could be 4 or negative 4 for y. And if we look at just those, it should be 0, 5, 0, negative 5, 5, 0, which makes sense, and negative 5, 0. And if I put 3 in, I should get 4, which is about right. And I should also get 3, negative 4. And I should get negative 3 plus 4 and negative 3 minus 4. And I should be able to put in 4 and get 3, negative 4, 3, negative 4, negative 3, 4, negative 3. And those are the ones that come out nice. And then there's other ones on here. So I can get 4, 3, 4, negative 3, and negative 4, 3, and negative 4, negative 3. Those are the nice ones on that circle. But you can see how it's symmetric with the y, symmetric with the x, and it has a radius of 5. But it's basically the Pythagorean theorem. Now, presumably in earlier math classes, you've learned how to move a parabola around or a line around by adding or subtracting from the x or y. If I wanted to draw a circle that had a radius of 5 but was centered at 2, 3, let's say, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, with a radius of 5. So if this is over 2, 1, 2, I'd have to go 3 more, 3, 4, 5, to have a radius of 5, if that's the center, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and 5 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 up. I'd have a circle that sits about there if that's 2 and 3. What's its equation? Well, since it's a radius of 5, it's really closely related to this. It's just shifted, so it's related to x squared plus y squared equals 25. Remember, the radius is squared here. The radius is 5. It's related to this, but it's shifted over 2. And remember, to move something plus 2, you have to subtract from the x, so it would be x minus 2. And to move it up 3, we'd have to subtract it from the y. Now, let's just check and make sure that's right. Now, we think it should go through 2, and the radius of 5, it would be down here at negative 2. 2, negative 2. Let's see if that works in this equation. If I put 2 in for x, I get 2 minus 2, which is 0, squared, which is 0. And minus 2 minus 3 is 5. And then minus 5 squared is 25. And that point works in this equation. And if you go around and do the other ones, this would have been up over 2, 3, 4, and 5 is 7. And up 3. That should work in this equation. Let's just check that one. 7 minus 2 is 5, squared is 25. 3 minus 3 is 0, squared is 0, equals 25. And so on. This would be 2 over, and up 3 plus 5 more is 8. And that should work in this equation. And so should minus 3, 3. And that's these points on the circle, and there's other points, numbers that would work in there. So that's kind of the what's considered the standard form of, let's see, got to get the wording right here. I believe that's called the standard form. I want to make sure I got it right. One of them is general, one of them is standard. That's the standard form of the circle. And you can read the center from there. Now, if I were to write some other standard form equations like x minus 2 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 16, what's the center? Well, if it's plus 2 on the minus 2 on the x, it's moved right 2. And if it's plus 3 on the y, then it goes in opposite, so it's down 3. And if it's the radius squared, the radius is equal to 4. So the center is at 2, negative 3. And the radius is 4. If I had x squared, let's just do that. X squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 9. I have a circle that's not moved in the x direction, so 0 for the x coordinate of the center. And minus 4 moves it up 4. There's the center. And the radius, of course, is the square root of this, which is 3. What if I had x squared, let's do something here. X minus 1/2 squared plus y plus 3/4 squared equals 9/16. Okay, this would have a center at 1/2. Remember, we're doing the opposite. It's moved plus 1/2. And it's down 3/4. That's the center. And the radius is the square root of 9/16. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 16 is 4. And that's the radius. 3/4. Okay? All right. Now,